well, right, is how many businesses go through their first 18-month cycle with professional services or a partner, and they've brought the platform, they outsource it, there it gets built, the company come in, they build what they want to be built, and after 18 months to 2 years, the end client, the business realized they still don't have any direct MuleSoft skills internally. And as we've just said here, the amount that this platform develops and the changes and what's brought in and what it can then accomplish, how important, and this is, I've been asked for this probably 6-7 times over the last 18 months by different end customers, is to find them a MuleSoft SME to take that ownership internal of what they actually want to do with MuleSoft once they're 18 months, 2 years onward in their own journey. So how important is it for companies to have that, alongside either still using professional services or a Salem and SI, but to have that internal SME knowledge of the platform?
It's incredibly important. And I'll be honest, actually, I've seen a couple of fairly recently, a couple of places that I've walked into and they had no MuleSoft internal staff person. The PS left, and left it all running. Maybe as a testament to how great MuleSoft as a platform is, it was running for the most part the whole time. So, but you're not getting the benefit, like, right? Adam mentioned architects a little bit earlier, right? And I 100%, 1,000% agree with you on that, Adam, that you really have to have somebody, and that person, it would be great if that person were internal as well, I would say, right? Because that person needs to be looking at the whole big picture, right? The grandiose architect of the organization. Yeah. So I think you lose a lot of kind of there's tribal knowledge that you're going to have as being part of an organization that's not going to be there if you're coming in just as PS. And believe me, I love coming in, right? Like, so I want to come in and I want to help these organizations, but I also want to leave them with, a person who knows what they're doing. And most companies don't hesitate to bring in, like, oh, I need to hire a Salesforce admin. I'm gonna hire a Salesforce admin because we're putting in Salesforce. Okay, what about your MuleSoft personnel? What does that look like? I don't know. Maybe the Salesforce admin can just kind of handle it as well on the side. It's a platform. I mentioned it's the Ferrari in your garage, guys. You've got this thing, and you really need, it's every bit as big of a platform as Salesforce and more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Go on, Adam.
And I think, you're 100% right, Jim. That the tribal knowledge is so important, and having that feed in to the engagement from the start is critical. The other thing that I would say is, Jonathan, you're right in the sense that a lot of businesses, they get to the end of that period, and then they start thinking, okay, well, who's going to own it? Who are we going to hire to get this just keep running, keep the lights on, essentially. I think from the start of these engagements, the business should have someone trying to, shadow, trying to pick up some of this knowledge from the professional services team. It doesn't need to be a full-time, capacity. It doesn't need to be a full-time role from the start, but being able to see how the team are doing it, being able to oversee, not oversee, but kind of shadow the professional services team, the partner team, to pick up that knowledge and be able to then start not just keeping the lights on after that engagement ends, but they know the best practices, they know how the system works, and they can even go in and they can make the changes. They could potentially even build the next integration as well. These don't need to be particularly senior roles. I've worked with 18-year-olds fresh out of school. They haven't been to university, and they've managed to pick up MuleSoft very, very, very quickly. If you have the right training and the right team on the ground from your professional services, from your partner, then people can upskill very, very, very quickly on the platform with the right mentorship. And after the 18 months, after the 2 years is over, then they're in a perfect position to go and start taking ownership of that platform.